After crowning a new Universal Champion last week, Monday Night Raw is live tonight from the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida. 17,170 fans sold out here tonight.
That's right, Brandon, and we have got a very exciting Monday Night Raw planned, along with kicking it off, brand new Universal Champion, Finn Balor.
And Finn Balor won the championship last week here on Monday Night Raw, winning a fatal four-way match which included Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, and Samoa Joe.
Very hard-hitting, very fast-paced match. What a spectacle for the new era of Monday Night Raw.
And Finn Balor won the Universal Championship one other time before, which was at SummerSlam last year, but again was forced to give up the championship due to injury.
And Balor now looking prime shape, looking completely ready, raring to go, and wearing that title proudly. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of last year, Brandon.
I don't think so either, and Finn Balor is also the longest reigning NXT champion of all time, holding the title 292 days.
I really do think that this is a new era for Monday Night Raw, and we're going to see just how far the Balor Club can go.
And we'll see what Finn Balor has to say coming up here. And Finn Balor just worked his hardest to get back to the top, and sure enough, he is back on top of Monday Night Raw.
Brandon, the one surprising thing that I would like to note is that under the old regime, Balor never really got a one-on-one rematch for his Universal title upon returning. So I think that really motivated him to take back what he felt was rightfully his in that Fatal 4-Way last week.
Yes, and he was definitely the star of that match. It was hard-hitting, fast-paced throughout, and Finn Balor was ultimately the one who came out on top, winning his second Universal Championship. And look who it is. It's the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, the former WWE champion over on SmackDown.
And this was a guy that was surprisingly absent last week. And so it's very notable. The look on his face kind of says it all. I do believe he felt left out, and he's coming down to make things right.
Was the top champion over on SmackDown. And now it seems like he wants a shot at Finn Balor's Universal Championship. We'll see what he has to say. Jinder Mahal making it his goal to take away the Universal Championship. But first, he's going to have to prove himself against the big dog, Roman Reigns, in our main event.
You know, Brandon, those are some big words for for Jinder Mahal to back up. This is going to be a wonderful main event tonight. We're really going to see just where Jinder Mahal is.
And look who it is, the ravishing Russian Lana.
And now, America, I ask you to stand up and put your hand on your heart and welcome the one and only true American hero. He is my husband, which means he is the only man that can have me. Welcome, the Bulgarian brute, Rusev!
And now here, Brandon, Rusev being, of course, accompanied by Lana, going to be facing off against Rich Swann after their tag team match last week did not quite go the way that they wanted. Rusev here is looking for a little bit of payback as he feels that Rich Swann let him down.
And that tag team match was part of the United States Championship tournament. And since General Manager Triple H was pleased with the first arm of the tournament, another tag team match will be taking place in this tournament later on tonight. But Rusev is not very happy, and like you said, he is looking to take out all of his frustration on his tag team partner, Rich Swann, here tonight.
Which this is like one of the best tournaments that I've seen in a long time. And I'm really excited for the next leg of it, as just making singles competitors work together to get closer to their actual goal of becoming the United States champion is just a wonderful, wonderful game that I think only the Cerebral Assassin, the game Triple H himself, could come up with.
Rusev, a former United States champion in his own right, but here comes the former WWE Cruiserweight champion in Rich Swann.
Rich Swann is definitely giving up some weight and size in this bout, Brandon, but one thing I think he does have over Rusev is going to be his speed and heart. So that is the things that he's really going to have to rely on tonight when fighting the much bigger man.
And Rich Swann winning the Cruiserweight Championship on the very first edition of 205 Live, in which you can watch on the WWE Network. He beat the Brian Kendrick.
So he's definitely got the experience. He's got the resume, and I really think he's here to make a big impact on Monday Night Raw in the United States title division.
And you alluded to the United States Championship tournament. Well, later on tonight, again, we got a big tag team matchup as Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan take on Cassius Ohno and Dolph Ziggler.
Talk about four talent that can get things done in the ring. That is going to be and that super kick onto Rusev. Rich Swann right out the gate.
Rich Swann looking for the quick win, and Rusev kicks out at 1. I bet that definitely took Rusev by surprise right there. And, oh, what a nice springboard crossbody. Swann going for the cover, and Rusev kicks out.
So like I said, Rich Swann automatically using that speed, catching Rusev off guard. And now the power of Rusev. Oh, what a big back body drop there. Just ragdolling Rich Swann. Swann trying to do his best to make sure it doesn't happen again here.
And oh, really nice counter there from Rich Swann. And oh, what a nice super kick.
So far, Rich Swann is doing a phenomenal job of keeping his speed up, making sure he's the one who's controlling the pacing, and really keeping Rusev off his game and completely reeling. I mean, and Brandon, this is exactly,
And oh, what a nice standing moonsault there. Rich Swann going for the cover again, and Rusev kicks out.
That was a solid 2 from Rich Swann, really showing that he is here and he wants to win.
Definitely wants to win, and even though they did lose in the United States Championship tournament, a win here could potentially give one of these two momentum for a future shot at the prestigious United States Championship.
Well, I mean, especially with Rusev being a former United States Championship himself, Rich Swann, former Cruiserweight Champion, both of these guys hungry on the younger side, and looking to make a true impact on Monday Night Raw.
Absolutely, and coming up later on tonight, Jinder Mahal will be taking on the big dog Roman Reigns in our main event.
Talk about somebody who's really going to be hungry is Jinder Mahal. Wasn't seen last week on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, with a spinning heel kick. That just shows you the pure athleticism of Rusev despite his big frame, and Rich Swann kicks out at 2.
And so that time, I think Rusev caught Rich Swann off guard as with his quickness, as he really got a solid 2 count out of that, just completely knocking the wind and almost the lights out of Rich Swann.
And Rusev with headbutts. Swann in the corner right now. Rich Swann trying to get some momentum back. Oh, he missed the Enziguri. And Rusev rips Rich Swann. And oh my goodness, what a knee right to the gut of Rich Swann.
That was a very hard knee. Again, now the power and pace is going into Rusev's way in his corner. He's really slowing this match down.
And Rusev going for the cover. And Rich Swann kicks out at 2.5.
I think if Rusev wouldn't have waited so long there to make the cover after that hard knee, if he'd have just thrown Swann down, I really think that you would have seen a much different outcome there from that knee. And now Lana getting involved a little bit here.
Are you a little bit surprised, Ryan, with how Rich Swann has been able to, fight against Rusev here?
I'm not surprised in his ability. I am surprised that he has kept the momentum going his way for the majority of this match. And oh, until there.
And Rusev again with the cover. 2. And Rich Swann kicks out again.
I have been pleasantly surprised with the tenacity of Rich Swann and the fact that he has taken some severe beatings here. Some really heavy shots, especially with that massive super kick from Rusev, which we have seen knock out many men who are bigger than Swann. And now
Rusev just toiling with Rich Swann over the head suplex.
And
Rusev going for the accolade. He's got Rich Swann in there. Will Rich Swann get out of this? And Rusev with the win here on Monday Night Raw.
But you know what? Rich Swann has nothing to be ashamed of. He put up a heck of a fight, a very, very valiant effort, and he really pushed Rusev to his limits in that match. It was a wonderful, competitive match, and he really showed that he belonged here on Monday Night Raw.
And a very nice standing moonsault from Rich Swann early on in this match. Again, Rich Swann showed a lot of resiliency, but ultimately Rusev, the bigger guy, was able to come out on top here on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, Rusev's power just proved to be a little too much, and the beginning of the end there was that super kick. Afterwards, Swann was able to kick out of the pin. Rusev, though, however, started controlling the tempo, really worked those ribs over on that corner, just ragdolled Rich Swann, and proceeded to lock in that accolade. And the accolade has claimed victims such as John Cena, so that's not a move to be ashamed of tapping out to.
Yeah, and you alluded to John Cena. John Cena actually passed out to the accolade back at Fastlane in 2015, back when Rusev was still undefeated.
That's right. So Rusev is a monster when it comes down to, and a total machine when it comes down to this ring. He has done some great things. He's looking to build his momentum back up and become the United States champion once more.
And look who it is, former United States Intercontinental and Tag Team Champion Kofi Kingston of New Day. We'll see what he has to say here.
Yeah, Brandon, he's definitely got some explaining to do after last week, so it is going to be very interesting to see what Kofi Kingston has to say.
And Kofi Kingston will be taking on one half of the club in Carl Anderson here tonight.
I have to say, last week you really saw Kofi kind of get fired up, jump in there, and start beating up on Luke Gallows. So Carl Anderson's going to be looking to avenge his brother in arms, and Kofi's going to be looking to save some face here, not only with the New Day, but as he said, with the WWE Universe. So it's going to be interesting to see how well Kofi's able to keep his emotions in check and focus on this match tonight.
And the club in their own rights, former Raw Tag Team Champions, including being multi-time Tag Team Champions over in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, you want to talk about two very decorated teams. The club, coming from New Japan, really showing everyone on Monday Night Raw what they have, and becoming the Raw Tag Team Champions. And the New Day, which, as Big E just alluded to here, as it looks like Big E and Xavier are going to come out to enjoy the show from ringside, are indeed the longest reigning tag team champions in the WWE.
Yes, holding the tag team titles for over 400 plus days, beating the record of none other than Demolition for the longest tag team championship reign in history.
Yeah, so I mean, when all is said and done, the New Day is going to be in the same classes as tag teams like the Hardys, the Dudleys, Demolition, the Rockers, the Rock and Roll Express. I mean, they're going to be definitely in a class all their own, honestly.
Absolutely, and as we get underway here with this matchup here tonight on Monday Night Raw, we would like to tell you to please join us tomorrow night for SmackDown as the WWE Championship Tournament continues live from the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado.
Which is going to be just a wonderfully amazing night. I honestly think that they're going to keep up the same fast pace. And now look at this, Luke Gallows.
And Gallows looking up, distracting Kofi Kingston. Could this give Carl Anderson a little bit of an advantage here? And Carl Anderson with the small package on Kofi, the count, and Kofi kicks out at 2.
And see, there's that focus. I mean, I completely understand Luke Gallows is, just letting Kofi know, hey, I haven't forgot what you did last week. And Kofi letting his emotions just get the better of him there. He really confronted Gallows. Anderson almost picked up the win.
And a great powerbomb there from Carl Anderson, and he kicks out.
And we've got two of the best former tag team champions right here going at it in one-on-ones competition tonight. Kofi, a long resume, complete as you said earlier, with his United States Championship runs, his Intercontinental title runs.
And a multi-time tag team champion, not just with the New Day, but also with former WWE superstar Evan Bourne.
So, I mean, Kofi Kingston is easily, he's a Triple Crown champion. He's one title away from joining the big boys club,
Oh, with a nice hurricanrana from the middle rope. Kofi going for the cover now on Carl Anderson. And Carl Anderson kicks out at 1.
Kofi Kingston really showing some of his high-flying abilities here, while Carl Anderson showcasing his tenacity. And he completely just, it was a solid 2 count, but he still managed to get out.
And Kofi counters another potential powerbomb there from Carl Anderson.
And here we go.
And with a nice, beautiful diving crossbody from the top turnbuckle, Kofi going for the cover, and Carl Anderson once again kicks out. Luke Gallows getting back up on the ring apron again, trying to distract Kofi Kingston, trying to give Carl Anderson a little bit of momentum here. And another small package. This is exactly what happened earlier in the match. Going for 2, and Carl Anderson steals the win.
And look at that. Kofi Kingston completely did not ignore Luke Gallows. Luke Gallows got up on the ring apron And that was enough. That was enough of a distraction. Kofi really had Anderson on the ropes there. And Gallows managed to distract the New Day enough and Kofi enough for Anderson to pick up the win.
Well, here in the WWE, Ryan, you have to do whatever it takes to win. And it was great tactics shown by Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson for him to be able to pick up the win here tonight.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, Brandon. They did exactly what they needed to do to win. Unlike last week where Kofi kind of lost his head, ended up costing the New Day the match. Luke Gallows may have done some dirty tactics, but he didn't do anything that would got the brothers here disqualified. So the club, they won this match tonight. They won last week. Each member of the club has singles wins over the New Day. What is New Day going to do now going forward to regain some momentum?
We'll see what happens down the line. But coming up next, we have women's division action on Monday Night Raw.
And this is going to be a heck of a match. We have Nia Jax versus Naomi. You want to talk about two women who can tear the house down. We got power and speed.
And Naomi, Nia Jax's opponent, former two-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and a win here will definitely put one of these two women in the title picture to maybe try to take the championship away from the goddess Alexa Bliss.
Well, and you know, Nia Jax hasn't really seen her fair share of title shots, and she is a very impressive, powerful woman who can just ragdoll just about any member of the women's roster. You know, and she has definitely destroyed and pinned her fair share of former women's champions. And Naomi had really dominated over on SmackDown, becoming a two-time women's champion, as you said, including that second win, coming back from injury after having to relinquish the title that she never lost and winning it back at WrestleMania. So, I mean, both very impressive athletes, and now here we are about to experience a little bit of the glow on Monday Night Raw.
Yes, Naomi does, in fact, hope to bring the glow. What she did to SmackDown, hopefully here to Monday Night Raw as well, as Naomi goes one-on-one with Nia Jax live on Monday Night Raw here tonight from the sold-out Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, which is Naomi's hometown, by the way.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, the hometown girl, hometown advantage. Naomi really has the night going in her favor coming into this ring, just because, you know, whenever you're at home, the people are going that much harder for you. They're your people, you know, and you feed off of that energy. And so the ever athletic and ever energized Naomi, I think, is going to be feeling a little extra tonight, and so hopefully she can bring that against Nia Jax.
It's definitely going to be a big time challenge for Naomi, probably even more so than the two times that she's won the SmackDown Women's Championship, and we'll see what happens right here tonight as the bell sounds and we're underway. And Nia expressing her power already. What a massive throw there.
She just ragdolled a former two-time women's champion from SmackDown across the ring and then just shoved her with her boot. Nia Jax coming out the gate.
Already going for the quick cover as Naomi kicks out.
I mean, Nia Jax firmly in control of this match. This is easily, oh my gosh, the headbutts from Nia Jax.
And Nia won't let go, going for a third headbutt, and she gets it.
The power of each of those headbutts, Brandon, as she just put Naomi down. But not only the power of the headbutts, then the strength from Nia Jax, where she just picked Naomi up off the ground and just continued to headbutt her.
And Nia Jax competed in her first WrestleMania this past year, competing in a fatal four-way elimination match for the Raw Women's Championship along with Charlotte, Sasha Banks, and Bayley.
Naomi surprisingly able to get Nia Jax off of her feet here with a lot of it really is going to be the speed of Naomi versus the power of Nia Jax.
And she's definitely going to have to use some of her high-risk moves, like she missed the missile dropkick there, and oh, what a backbreaker from Nia Jax.
Nia Jax made her pay for it. You got to give Naomi some credit here, though. She has already taken a really massive amount of damage and just completely shaking it off and just sticking to the task at hand, trying to keep the pace of the match going, as Nia Jax is not somebody, you know, she can let have advantage of this match.
And you know, Ryan, earlier we alluded to the Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte defeated Alicia Fox last week, but then Alexa Bliss came out to attack Charlotte. Perhaps maybe she'll give some reasoning behind her attack.
Yeah, Brendan, hopefully we can find out what Alexa Bliss was thinking last week, as she really did. You know, it was a hard-fought match between Charlotte and Alicia Fox. Fox just could not get past the spear. And now, directly after the match, here came Alexa Bliss. And there was just so much dominance.
Nia, oh, what a move there by Naomi, countering, sending the big Nia Jax over the top rope.
And Naomi is just using her speed here and really just feeding off of the WWE Universe and not letting the size difference affect her. There is just no intimidation here from Nia Jax. Naomi really just living and feeding off of the crowd.
And like we said, Nia Jax really needs to use some of those high-risk moves to her advantage. You saw the diving crossbody she just did over the top rope. Nia with another throw. Naomi kicks out at 2.
You can start to see the wear and tear as Nia Jax is breaking down Naomi. And what a slam. That might be over, Brandon.
Oh, my goodness. And Naomi again, she kicks out.
Naomi really almost got broken in half there. Either of these women would be formidable opponents for Little Miss Bliss. Charlotte is also going to be looking, in my eyes, to get some retribution on Alexa Bliss after last week. So Bliss definitely has her hands full, and she really has some explaining to do after last week's attack on Charlotte. And now look at this. Naomi
just trying to pick Nia Jax apart little by little to try and score the win here. Very nice kicks here.
I'd say she had Nia Jax just kind of up in the ropes there and was just teeing off on Nia Jax, but Nia Jax getting out, hitting that big knee there. Naomi, I think, just got completely winded and caught off guard. But look at this.
With a really nice neck breaker there.
That was a good reversal, keeping herself out of harm's way.
Naomi, what is she going to do here? She's got Nia Jax cornered. Few elbows.
A lot of back elbows, really trying to just... It's weird. Oh, big rear view there.
And Naomi, Nia Jax wise enough to get to the ropes.
And here we go.
And, Naomi! Is Nia Jax going to tap out here? She's got her locked. Nia. And is she going to get out of it? Yes, she will.
Oh my gosh. Nia with knees to the head of Naomi. That's one way to break out.
It definitely is. Now Nia going for the cover. And Naomi just was able to kick out. And one of these two superstars looking for the slightest hit of weakness in the other. Nia telling Naomi to get up here. What else could she be planning? She's got her up. Oh my goodness, another. What a power bomb. Nia, is this going to be it? 2.
That was
It is over.
Intense power bomb coming from Nia Jax. I just don't think Naomi had anything left in the tank. I think that was just the punctuation mark on a very competitive match. Naomi fought very valiantly, but Nia Jax was just something else that Naomi just could not. She was just above and beyond anything that Naomi has ever encountered before, and she just wasn't ready.
And Nia Jax exuberating her just amazing power to Naomi here tonight on Monday Night Raw. But coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the second wing of the United States Championship Tag Team Tournament. Again, Triple H was very, very impressed with what he saw last week, and we're having yet another tag team match later on tonight. But first, here comes Sin Cara.
Ooh, Sin Cara coming out here looking to really make a big impact on Monday Night Raw. Have all the hopes for him in the world, as you know, he has not had a storied enough career to me. Easily a phenomenal luchador, very good ring technician. Hope the best for him tonight, and whoever he ends up facing.
Let's see. It is. Oh my! It is the monster among men, Braun Strowman.
Okay, Brandon, I take everything back. I feel so bad for Sin Cara. If I was him, I would just terminate my contract now. Get out of the ring, save your life. This is not a match that he even remotely should want or have ever asked for. This is not going to end well.
And you saw the wrath of destruction that Braun Strowman took out on poor Darren Young last week. More than likely, we're going to be seeing the same here against Sin Cara.
I mean, you're talking whole another level. This isn't power versus speed. This is monster versus human.
And again, Braun Strowman trying to look for some newfound momentum after not winning the Universal Championship back at No Mercy against Brock Lesnar. And here we go. Sin Cara trying to get something going against the monster, but oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, look at that throw.
Immediately just drains Cara, putting him down. And look at this. Braun is just toying with Sin Cara.
Just stomping all over Sin Cara. Braun Strowman just absolutely dominant. Look at this standing triangle choke. Is he going to get Sin Cara to tap? No. Picking Sin Cara back up here. He has Sin Cara up for the running power slam. Thanks for coming.
I don't think for a second that it was he didn't get Sin Cara to tap. I really think that Cara was about to pass out, and Strowman just didn't want to win that way, and just threw down Cara. And I mean, just look at the power here. Let's look at that. Just nonchalantly, just letting Sin Cara go as he fell to the mat, picks him back up and power slams him. Just the exclamation point, just letting him know, I'm here. This is my ring. You're nothing but a bug in my way.
Another win here for Braun Strowman tonight on Monday Night Raw. Just an unstoppable monster. There's a reason why he's called the monster among men.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Brandon. Braun Strowman is easily the most feared and dominant man on the Monday Night Raw roster, probably in the WWE. There's not very many people who can even go toe-to-toe with him. And as we saw last week and this week, he is definitely not paid by the minute.
And earlier we were alluding to the Raw Women's Champion, and here she is, Alexa Bliss.
And so we might actually get us, moving forward from the destruction of Braun Strowman, we might actually get to find out some answers here from Little Miss Bliss.
Yes, last week, out of nowhere, she attacked Charlotte after her matchup with Alicia Fox. And Alexa Bliss, also a former two-time SmackDown Women's Champion.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss has definitely become one of the most decorated women in the sport today. Really proven herself. I mean, and she calls herself the goddess of the WWE, and she really does do everything in her power to prove that she belongs and that she is deserving of such a title.
Alexa Bliss saying that this is her division here on Monday Night Raw.
And so I'm not sure if she feels threatened by Charlotte or if she just wants to put Charlotte on notice there to just say, hey, this is indeed my house. This is my division. I run this place. I'll let you appear, but don't get too comfortable because you're not the queen here.
And now, coming up next on Monday Night Raw is the second leg of the United States Championship Tag Team Tournament. Jason Jordan coming out.
And so, I mean, Jason Jordan coming out to prove, actually, this type of tournament really helps Jason Jordan as he does come from a tag team background with the American Alphas, him and Chad Gable over on SmackDown. So he's not a stranger to being in a tag team environment. So I do believe that Jason Jordan is going to have a really good edge here tonight in this matchup.
And Jason Jordan, a former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, along with his partner Chad Gable of American Alpha. So he definitely has some experience when it comes to championship matches, and maybe he'll take one step closer to winning his first singles title in WWE, the prestigious United States Championship. And here comes his partner, the Perfect 10 in Ty Dillinger.
And Ty Dillinger, what can be said about this man other than the fact that he is indeed the Perfect 10, taking the WWE Universe by storm and really just keeping his eye on the prize as he comes over to Monday Night Raw, looking to make an impact, looking to become the United States Champion.
Ty Dillinger, this is his second chance in WWE, was back on the old ECW back in 2008, but now this is his second opportunity, and I must say he is certainly making the most of it. He
has definitely made the most out of his second chance on the main roster in the WWE, as he is just a brand new man and a lot more momentum going his way. And tonight, him and Jason Jordan are looking to move on in this tournament.
And here's a former United States champion in his own right and a former world champion, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, a former tag team champion, a former United States champion, former Intercontinental champion, a former world champion.
Won the World Heavyweight Championship the night after WrestleMania 29 after cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. He held the Money in the Bank contract longer than any other superstar in WWE history.
And he struck when it was appropriate for him and when he could make the best of his usage.
He absolutely did, and Dolph Ziggler has definitely proven himself to be a very decorated veteran here in WWE as he partners up with a brand new addition to the Monday Night Raw roster, and that is none other than Cassius Ohno.
You want to talk about a guy who's brand new to the main roster, really shown promise down in NXT, one of the most hard-hitting men on the roster with those strikes. It's going to be a very, very hard-hitting match tonight, as you have your technicians on one side and the strikers on the other.
This is going to be a very, very interesting contrast in styles. You know, Cassius Ohno really likes to work as a very stiff fighter, and we'll see if that shines here tonight on Monday Night Raw.
You know, Brandon, I really can't believe that, and I've never thought about this, but Dolph Ziggler actually is a Grand Slam champion.
Yes, he is. You know, we alluded to this last week with Dean Ambrose, meaning that Dolph Ziggler has won the World Heavyweight title, the United States title, the Intercontinental title, and the Tag Team titles.
And so, I mean, you have a very decorated champion starting things off against a former tag team champion and a guy in Jason Jordan who's really made his bones in the tag division. So, I mean, this is a very solid matchup.
It's definitely a very solid matchup, and oh, what a belly-to-belly suplex. Jason Jordan showing off some of the power that he has. Also, a former wrestler in the Olympics.
And so, I mean, you know, you have a very big former NCAA wrestler here. Actually, in both of these men, as Dolph Ziggler himself was a very accomplished wrestler at Kent State.
Set the record for most pins in a season, and Dolph Ziggler kicks out at 2. And reminder, coming up is our main event here on Monday Night Raw. The modern-day Maharaja in Jinder Mahal will be taking on the big dog, Roman Reigns. Almost certainly the winner of this match could possibly set themselves in line for a future shot at the Universal Championship as Ty Dillinger now comes into the match.
And Ty Dillinger and Jason Jordan doing a really good job here of keeping Dolph Ziggler isolated and away from his partner Cassius Ohno. So, I mean, you know, really good tag team strategy on one half of this tandem.
Absolutely, and Dolph Ziggler trying to get back some of his momentum as he makes the tag here to Cassius Ohno. Let's see what Cassius Ohno has in store. And Ty Dillinger goes for the cover, and Cassius wisely gets to the bottom rope.
And Cassius, you know, kind of got caught off guard there by Dillinger real quick. And I think that was more of a mind game cover from Ty Dillinger.
And oh, with a really, really nice clothesline there from Ty Dillinger. These two guys right here, Ty Dillinger and Cassius Ohno, never held a championship in NXT. Maybe the main roster will change all that.
I mean, both of them primed and ready in this United States tournament. Both on separate teams. One of them's going to at least get the chance to live that dream as that was one team is going to advance and move forward. And the perfect 10 strikes from Ty Dillinger onto Cassius Ohno.
And Dillinger once again going for the cover. Will Cassius Ohno kick out here? Yes, he will at 2. And again, the winner of this tag team match will then face each other in the next round of this United States Championship tournament. Randy Orton and Luke Harper already did that last week, and they will be facing each other.
You want to talk about a match for the ages. Luke Harper versus Randy Orton, a former multi-time world champion, a former tag team champion, a former intercontinental champion, versus a former intercontinental and former tag team champion that he actually held, excuse me, with Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt.
Yes, that is right, and Randy Orton definitely a decorative star here in WWE as Dillinger once again goes for the cover and Cassius Ohno kicks out.
Dolph Ziggler and Cassius Ohno have not really gotten to get out of the gate. And as I
Ohno
speak,
trying to get back some momentum here, and he's got Dillinger cornered. Ohno going up to the middle rope here. What has he got planned? Oh ho ho!
That's one way to regain some momentum, Brandon.
Absolutely, and we would like to remind you once again, please join us tomorrow night for SmackDown live from Denver, Colorado. We have another matchup in the WWE Championship Tournament. Chris Jericho taking on the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura.
That is going to be one heck of a main event over on SmackDown.
It absolutely will be, and we are in a new era here in WWE. I mean, we crowned a new Universal Champion last week. We also crowned new Raw Tag Team Champions in the Usos.
And now, here we are.
And oh, what a boot. What a boot there from Cassius Ohno. And oh, going for the elbow, but Ty Dillinger wisely countered and Jason Jordan back in the match.
And Ty Dillinger was definitely starting to take a lot of damage there. Knew he had to make the tag. Blocked the elbow from Cassius and just immediately went for the tag.
You know, Ryan, I wanted to ask you, even though these four guys are teaming up against each other, do you think that the partners themselves will get a sense of what each other can do, even though they're on the same team?
I think that is one of the fun things about this tournament is not only are you trying to work together with your partner, but you're also trying to watch and see what the other is capable of, and so you're kind of scouting at the same time. Instead of watching tape, you're just watching it right there across the ring. You're also kind of going and paying attention to what your current opponents are attacking most on your partner. That way you can see if there's any type of weak structural damage, so to speak, to a limb, to a back, that way.
And Ziggler with the zigzag! Ziggler got the zigzag!
Ziggler might be going for the cover here, dragging Jordan over into his corner.
Is he going for the cover? Is he going to get him? No!
I really think he just waited too long there, Brandon. He just waited a little too long, trying to make sure that Jordan was positioned correctly and away from his partner, Ty Dillinger. And after.
Well, Ziggler could have used his ring presence there and still prevented him from reaching the ropes. But Ziggler going to the corner, and he's going for the super kick. He got it. Is this going to send Ziggler and Ohno to the next round? The cover, and it does.
I say Ziggler using his ring awareness, being a veteran there, kind of taunting Dillinger, baited him in, and just knocked him off the ring apron, and then that massive super kick lights out Jason Jordan.
And Cassius Ohno and Dolph Ziggler will be moving on to the next round. I'm very excited for when those two go one-on-one with each other.
That is going to be a hard-hitting match between elbow strikes and super kicks. Like that is somebody is going to get knocked out in that match. That is not going to be a match where, you know, somebody taps out. That's going to be a match where somebody is knocked out.
I definitely expect a hard-hitting match with these two great superstars, and we'll definitely be seeing it happen very, very soon here on Monday Night Raw. Once again, we are sold out here at the Amway Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida, and we've definitely had a great show so far, wouldn't you say?
It has been a fantastic night, Brandon, and you know, Cassius Ohno and Dolph Ziggler really earned their shots here tonight as Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger put them through the ringer, and that was a phenomenal match. We've also seen great matches between Rusev and Rich Swann. Nia Jax and Naomi really put on a clinic, and Braun Strowman just completely destroyed poor Sin Cara. Like, I really think that we need to check on Sin Cara just to make sure that he's okay. If we could get an update on him, that would be phenomenal, as him and Darren Young, I don't think either of them are going to be seen anytime soon on Monday Night Raw after their run-ins with Braun Strowman.
And more women's action is here to come as the veteran Mickie James, a former 6-time women's champion, will be in action. Yeah,
a former women's champion, definitely a living legend in her own right here, coming here to Monday Night Raw, looking to make an impact, as she has a match tonight. Everyone's trying to get back into the women's championship picture here and really want their shots.
And Mickie James making her triumphant return to WWE last year back at NXT TakeOver Toronto, but even she could not slay the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, for the Women's Championship, as it is boss time.
So we are going to have a very grand matchup here between the Boss, Sasha Banks, and Mickie James. Both of these women, former women's champions, multiple women's championships between them. So it's going to be a very interesting time, an interesting matchup tonight.
Yeah, you've got Mickie James, the big-time veteran, against Sasha Banks, who was called up to the main roster 2 years ago and already has become a 3-time Raw Women's Champion.
And so it is going to be a very, very intense matchup here, as both of these women have something to prove. They both need to make statements, and Mickie James actually needs to watch out for the Banks statement.
As the bell sounds and we are underway, and coming up next after this matchup is our main event. Jinder Mahal will be taking on the big dog in Roman Reigns. As Mickie kind of doing something similar to what Ty Dillinger did in the last match, and Sasha wise enough to counter.
Yeah, Mickie just kind of jumped Sasha there, kind of threw her into the corner, started punching away, just throwing hammers. Both of these women have a lot of agility, a lot of speed, a lot of endurance.
With a really nice body slam there from Mickie James. One of these two women looking to put themselves right in the picture for the Raw Women's Championship.
And you have Sasha Banks and Mickie James, both of them just countering one another.
And this is a first-time matchup. We've never really seen this matchup before, and yet it just seems like these two just have a lot of natural chemistry together.
Yeah, they're definitely... Oh! Banks, quick cover, catching Mickie off guard with those double knees. Both of these women, this is what champions are made of, is the ability to get in that ring and just wrestle and out-wrestle each other. And that's exactly what these two have been doing up until this point. Now we're starting to see a lot more strikes.
And really, these two women right here are one of the best that we have seen maybe ever in this company. Wouldn't you agree, Ryan?
Easily two of the best in-ring competitors, in-ring performers.
And Mickie now going up to the top rope here. What does she have planned? Sasha getting back up. And Mickie with... Oh, what a beautiful crossbody. And Mickie now going for the cover. Sasha kicks out at 1.
I mean, and that's the thing you got to look at here is both of these women can hit hard. Both of them have a lot of resiliency. And Sasha Banks just proved it right there after that massive crossbody.
Absolutely. Now Sasha going after the leg of Mickie James. Mickie has to avoid the bank statement if she wants to score the win here tonight.
Both women exchanging words there in the middle of the ring for a moment before Mickie James ends up just spilling Sasha Banks out of the ring.
Just going back up to the top, and Mickie has second thoughts.
Well, I mean, Sasha knew where Mickie was going, wisely rolled into the ring.
And Sasha picking Mickie back up. Oh, what a strike. And Sasha going for the cover. And a kick out.
Again, both of these former women's champions looking to get back in the title hunt. Nia Jax has already really made a really big statement tonight.
And Mickie with the nice running bulldog. Now Mickie going for the cover. Will Sasha stay in the match? Yes, she will.
As you know, in my book right now, these two former women's champions have faced off. Nia Jax and Naomi have already clashed, with Nia Jax coming out on top. Charlotte went over the former women's champion in Alicia Fox last week. So, I mean, right now, Charlotte, Nia Jax, and the winner of this match are your real top contenders who are kind of going to be going after Little Miss Bliss. So hopefully Alexa Bliss is taking notes. Oh!
And a super kick there from Mickie James. Is this going to be enough to finish Sasha? And Sasha kicks out.
That was a wonderful kick there from James. Really just catching Sasha off guard.
Maybe she's setting Sasha up now for the Mick kick. What? No! It's the DDT!
Look at that. Mickie DDT. 1, 2, and it is over.
And Mickie James with the win.
Mickie James going over Sasha Banks here on Monday Night Raw in what was a very back and forth match. Either woman easily could have won that. And tonight, it seems, it was just Mickie James's night.
It definitely was, and she beat Sasha Banks with a really, really nice DDT. Coming up next is our main event, Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns, as Mickie James celebrates her win here tonight.
Brandon, tonight's Monday Night Raw has been very impactful. And now Bo Dallas in the back.
Oh, look who it is.
Oh.
Well, looks like Bo Dallas had a big idea for Braun Strowman, but Braun would not have any of it.
Braun was not interested in the slightest. And moving on to our main event of the night, Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns. This is definitely put up or shut up time for Jinder Mahal, as he's come over from SmackDown. He's all by himself now, and he's facing a former WWE champion in his own right, Roman Reigns.
And yes, Jinder Mahal, of course, without his WWE Championship because of him being drafted over to Monday Night Raw. And again, he wants to see himself with the Universal Championship sooner rather than later.
And it's going to be interesting to see, as these are two very different styles that are going to be clashing.
Absolutely.
And you also have to consider here, Brandon, what type of mood is Roman Reigns going to be in after, coming up a little short last week on becoming the Universal Champion.
And Roman Reigns, he came up short in his hometown. Last week we were in Pensacola, Florida, and he could not win the Universal Championship in that fatal four-way.
And so, that's just got to be eating it at Roman Reigns. But he does look very focused and very hungry tonight. So, regardless of what happens in this match, Jinder Mahal does have a WWE Championship match in 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw. So, the real question then becomes, what is Roman Reigns going to be trying to say in this matchup? As if Reigns wins, Jinder Mahal is basically the current #1 contender. That goes a long way in setting the precedent of who is going to be challenging next for the Universal title.
And Jinder Mahal fended off a lot of the fans who said that he was not fit to be WWE Champion, and he got a very nice title reign out of it. And he really wants to build some newfound momentum here over on Monday Night Raw.
And so both of these men now in the ring.
And we're underway. Mahal with punches and elbows to Roman Reigns, and Mahal, oh, what a stomp to the gut of Roman.
Mahal came out the gate just very intense. The aggression level is really high. Both of these guys have a lot of power in their arsenal. I'm kind of surprised to see that Mahal just, really came out that strong and just that aggressive on Roman.
Absolutely. Just Jinder getting some really, really important momentum here on a former 3-time WWE champion. And Mahal with the DDT, spiking Roman's head right dead smack on the mat. And Mahal, with the stun gun off the top rope. And going for the cover, and Roman Reigns kicks out.
That was a beautiful spike DDT. I'm surprised Roman even knows where he's at. The lights were on, but clearly nobody was home. That was pure instinct that early on. And Roman.
Now Roman looking to try to take out some of his frustrations out on Jinder Mahal. And, he countered! Jinder Mahal countered a neck breaker potentially from Roman Reigns as Jinder goes for yet another cover, and Roman kicks out.
That was good positioning there from Jinder Mahal. making sure the ref was out of the way, out of the picture, and just catching Roman there. You want to talk about if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Mahal really just put the screws to Roman Reigns on that counter.
Absolutely. Are you surprised by the domination that we've seen of Jinder so far, as Jinder has Roman in the Boston Crab?
I really think that you're just seeing all the frustration of being stripped of his title, not getting a title shot last week. And so, I mean, Jinder has proven that he has all the tools when he became the WWE champion and just really announced himself as the modern-day Maharaja. And you're just seeing that fire and aggression come out of him.
And you just see it. He is whipping Roman all over outside of the ring. And just Roman just trying to do something.
Roman just really hasn't gotten out of the gate. Jinder's really stayed on top of things, which is kind of intimidating in reality, as he's just proven that he is that knee strike.
He's the uncrowned champion, as he goes for yet another cover, and Roman just able to kick out.
And Roman getting fired up.
Hey, that shows that showboating could sometimes come back to bite you, and maybe this is how Roman Reigns will get his momentum back. Clothesline, and Roman
really
looking to get back in it here.
Roman really kind of assessing the situation.
And for Jinder to get back up as Roman goes for, looked like thought he was going to go for the Superman punch, but wait a minute. Oh, what a power bomb. Incredible release power bomb, and Jinder kicks out.
Got a 2.5 count there off that. I think Reigns was just kind of in awe and shocked that he had really gotten that caught off guard by Jinder Mahal, and now it looks like he's looking to put Jinder Mahal away with a spear.
And Roman is going for the spear. No! Jinder countered again.
What a DDT.
Jinder Mahal countered the spear, and Roman
had his
oh my gosh,
had his foot on the ropes, and Mahal just kind of blinding the referee. The ref counts down to 3. Roman had his foot on the ropes the entire time, and directly after the 3 count, Mahal just throws Roman kind of off to the side there, so the ref never saw the foot on the rope. What a way to pick up a victory. If you're going to pick up something, I guess, again, a little cheap, a little dirty. Mahal proving not only is he aggressive, but he's going to do whatever it takes to become Universal Champion.
The referee definitely made a big-time mistake, but Jinder, with the win here on Monday Night Raw, definitely looks strong against Roman Reigns.
Now, Brandon, I do have to say I'm completely just...
Oh, hold on a second, though. Looks like Jinder Mahal is not done with Roman Reigns, and oh my gosh. Jinder just won the match, but yet he is not finished with Roman Reigns. Oh my goodness.
Apparently the statement has not fully been made yet. Mahal just taking Reigns' head off.
And Jinder just continues. This is just a mugging right now of Roman Reigns, as Jinder sends Roman Reigns over the barricade.
I mean, and this is just Mahal just letting everybody know and just taking control of the match. The match is already over, and he's just letting them all know that he's here to become the Universal Champion. And he might have won the match a little dirty, but he has...
Mahal with the kendo stick. Oh, shots to the back with the kendo stick from Jinder.
He is just showing pure dominance and just malice here and aggression. taking all of his frustrations out on Roman Reigns.
And Mahal with the Colossus outside the ring. The wrath of the modern day Maharaja on Monday Night Raw.